The Maine coast harbors many secrets, filled with raw natural beauty, rustic settlements, and lobster pounds serving the day's catch fresh. Harpswell, just north of Portland, is quintessential coastal Maine. Join us as we explore this magnificent seaside town, exploring shops, hiking trails, and ending with a glorious lobster roll and a special dessert. This is Brew England, a channel dedicated to all things New England culture, adventures, and beer. Harpswell is a town of just over 5,000, about hours drive from Portland, just south of Brunswick. The town contains over 200 islands, but the largest are Sebascodegan Island, Orr Island, and Bally Island, each connected to the mainland by bridges. No ferry necessary. Harpswell is a great option if you want to see the rustic side of Maine without having to travel too far up the coast. It makes for a great day trip from Portland, or you can have your own quiet retreat at one of the many inns, bread and breakfasts, and seaside hotels you can stay at. Our first stop had us drive all the way through Orr Island to the very end of Bally Island to the fittingly named Land's End. Here you'll find Bally Island Beach, a small park with some rocky cliffs you can watch the waves crash against. Here you'll find Land's End Gift Store, a massive two-story emporium selling Maine-themed gifts and products from apparel and Christmas ornaments to mugs, art, and decorative signs. After buying a stained glass dragonfly for our kitchen, we headed off to our first of 3 hikes, Giant Stairs. Just a 5-minute drive from the gift shop, we arrived at McIntosh Lot Preserve and Giant Stair Trailhead. There was plenty of parking farther down the road we got. It was a very short walk from the trailhead to the cliffs where we were stunned by the raw beauty of the coast and the crashing waves. Interestingly, the rock formation is actually igneous basalt rock caused by magma intrusions hundreds of millions of years ago. The tide was going out and tide pools were starting to form. It was fun exploring the rock formations and taking in the sights. We continue along the cliffside trail, stop to take it all in every so often. We made a loop by walking along the road and stopped by Betty's Seaside Creations on the way back, where we bought some homemade jelly. On our way back, we stopped by Mackerel Cove, which featured a park with an amazing overlook of the cove and dozens of lobster boats in harbor. From there, we stopped by Fishnet Cafe, which is more of a diner, but we were able to get some iced coffee to fuel our next hike. After an 11-minute drive back to Orr Island, we stopped by Devil's Back, which features 2.5 miles of hiking trails along the serene coast. We didn't do the 2.5 miles, but we did do the trail to Seal Cove. Overall, the trail was straightforward, but was pretty rugged in parts, having to navigate roots or rocks. As advertised, we did see a single seal off in the distance. If you try and spot them, keep a lookout for their snout just sticking out of the water. We got back to the car and drove 5 minutes to the cliff trailhead on Sebasco-Deegan Island, which feature a spacious parking lot. This is a great area for any skill level. There's an ADA accessible trail following the Strawberry Creek with plenty of water views and features a story you can follow along as you walk. Perfect for the kids, but we enjoyed the story too. Ultimately, we did the 2-mile loop trail, which took us into more rugged terrain with some pretty water features along the way, as well as a ferry village. While we didn't see any ferries, we could tell this community was out of our price range. Soon it came to hike the 150 feet to the top of the cliffs the trail is named after. At the top, we were greeted with stunning views of the Long Reach.
Don't want to fall down there.
Nope.
The trail followed the coast for half a mile before heading inland to complete our loop at the parking lot. By this time, we were starting to get hungry, and thankfully I had a lobster pound already picked out. We drove the 9 miles to Erica's, one of the best in Harpswell, with a great harbor view and live lobsters on display. It was a little rainy, so we practically had the place to ourselves. Seems tourists are allergic to weather or something. Also, good to note that this place is cash only, but they do have an ATM on premise. We ordered a lobster roll, a lobster melt, and onion rings. The lobster roll was decadent stuffed deep with a generous portion of meat. The lobster melt was delicious, and the onion rings were lightly battered and crispy. After, we had to stop for dessert. We passed by this cute ice cream shack on our way to Erica's. Pammy's had awesome selection of ice cream, but I went with the blueberry pie a la mode. The pie was soul-warming and flavorful with the perfect flaky crust. The perfect way to end our day trip to Harpswell. Harpswell is a little off the beaten path, still offering the best of rustic Maine coast while still being incredibly accessible from Portland and if you're doing the Route 1 road trip up the coast. If you're looking for a quiet escape, Harpswell is the perfect getaway to forget about life for a while. If you have any questions or if you're a Maine local and think I missed anything, please comment below. Please like and subscribe. I'm new to the YouTube game, so this would help me out considerably. Vacation land? More like vacation land.